All right, all right, all right. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Yo, 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 what up, what up? This is definitely on the late night tip. And I at first I wasn't even going to schedule this live at this time, but I figured I'd get it out the way. This is just a quick little segue. Um, Not sure if anybody's even going to show up tonight because most people don't see me live at this time. But sometimes you might catch me this late. But yeah, but if anybody does come pop in, yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, brown dude? Yeah, man. I just got done working, man, and I figured I got a few minutes to spare this live stream. Um, I felt it was something that I could quickly talk about. I probably won't even be here for an hour, probably just half an hour for this one. But yeah, I just want to quickly talk about this because I was thinking as I was on the road heading to my destination, I just thought like how men actually get abused. Um, and it really goes back to this one thing. Well, I've said before in a lot of my content that male nature is godly and female nature is ungodly. So, with that said, the best way for a man to be abused is for love not to be there. Hence, his godliness has been affected. So, oh, yeah, that's true, brown dude. Social engineering 101. Yeah, but I feel like his love is in jeopardy. His love is in jeopardy in that situation. So that's really why the abuse is there, because a man in that situation can't show his love as much as he would desire. Hey, do I sound clear, by the way, brown do life? Just give me a one. I got like, I guess here where I'm at, the air is kind of loud, but I don't know if that affects the microphone quality. Um, but I think, oh, cool. You gave me a one. Right on. Appreciate that, fam. Uh, my thing is though, when a man's love is not in that situation, that's abusive to a man. You know, it's very abusive to a man when love is not in that situation. Ironically, in regards to female nature, they're used to hatred because of the fact that female nature is ungodly. So for a female that's not being a woman, you know, in that situation, the fact that there could be some abuse, it doesn't affect her the same way it affects a man, you know. So that's why a lot of females put up with abuse much longer than men can. You know, a lot of guys, when we get in abusive situations, we can only take so much. It affects us on a deeper level. See, they've always made it with social engineering, as you said, Brown Do Life, to make it seem like men can deal with things a little bit more than women can. I beg to differ. Like I said, male nature is godly and female nature is ungodly. So men cannot deal with a lot of ungodly things for too long, let alone abuse. That's why it's not healthy for a young boy to be abused when he's young. That's going to affect him in a lot of different ways as he gets older. Now, you think that an ungodly female is something. Just imagine a boy that was raised up in an ungodly way. He's going to end up even more of a monster, you know. But you have to affect a boy at a very young age in an abusive way. That's how you make him become a monster like that. But that's not what we're trying to do going forward. And that's why this live stream I felt was important so that people can know that, yes, um, you know, this abuse happens to a lot of guys and is overlooked. You know, there's a lot of different social programs based on all this social engineering in this artificial society. There's a lot of social programs for the feminine gender, but nothing like that for the masculine, you know. So it's sad because guys go through these silence. They have to go through all this silence in their life because their voice is unheard. Whether he's struggling to keep a roof over his head, whether he's struggling to keep his marriage intact, whether he's struggling to be able to have his children in his life, his job, his assets, his possessions, his business. You know, all this can affect the man. Hey, what's good, Shy? Good to see you up in the building, fam. So my thing is like men go through a lot of things and we go through depression. Depression affects us in a way that it doesn't affect the feminine gender. That's why a lot of times when we expect sympathy from them, we don't really get them to have that same level of empathy unless they've been through a similar pain, unless they can really have a connection with the man on a deeper level. See, a lot of times with the feminine gender, they just don't want to see you depressed because your hurt affects them in a deeper way because they feel your deep hurt. But still, it's a level of hurt that they will just never understand. So, fellas, um, contrary to popular belief, don't look for a chick to make you feel better when you're not feeling good. Her nurturing way really should show up during good times versus bad times. Bad times, her nurturing will only do so much. But what she can do is be supportive in her way, the best way that she can. I mean, yeah, she could come by and give you a hug, but at the same time, based on that type of reciprocation, ladies, the best thing you can do is like if he needs some water or if he needs some space, just that's what you need to do. He probably wouldn't know how to deal with you giving him a hug or, you know, trying to kiss him or things like that. There's stuff going on inside that at the time, to be honest, a guy might feel like no one understands what I'm dealing with in my mind. No one knows the hurt that's really deep down in my heart. Now, this is just one aspect of what men have to deal with abuse, because this abuse he might hold inside and he just doesn't want to talk about it with everybody because the abuse can be people's lack of understanding. That's abusive to a man when he has to be around a lot of people who do not understand where he is coming from, you know? So, yes, I mean it's always a blessing when people understand where you're coming from. I don't know about y'all, but it's great. But I know that it's not guaranteed in this world, unfortunately. So yeah, just think about the abuse that some guys go through when they're around uh, a chick, you know, that doesn't love him, who never did. See, that's abuse too. Excuse me. That's abuse too. And no, I do not have the corona, so don't go there. Don't go there. But you know, he's dealing with someone that doesn't love him, that never loved him, and she's still trying to be hateful, yet he's still trying to hope that one day she be grateful. She'll never be grateful to you, brother. She'll never be grateful to you. The best thing you can do when she shows any sign of hate, I don't care how minuscule it is, walk away. Stop everything dead in its tracks. I don't care how much of a commitment y'all have had together after all these years and decades, because there's no way, and I mean no way, she should show any sign of malice towards you if she loves you. And this is going to be getting off into like what I'm going to be talking about in a few days with my live stream titled Love Never Dies. See, love does not give up on the other person. Once again, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, love does not give up on the other person. So someone trying to, you know, blackmail you, try to gaslight you, try to shame you with this idea that they want to move on or they don't like you no more. And then on the other hand, act like as if, I don't want to lose you. That person never loved you and that person never liked you. Okay. They're just playing a game. They're playing games. Okay. See, it's funny because I'm going to break this down more, but think about this. I've talked about I've been a great antagonist towards game lately, right? I've been a great antagonist towards game and towards these players and all that, you name it. You know, I've been a great antagonist. Okay. Now think about this. People talk about cheating. Okay, cheating is part of a game, right? You cheat. You try to have a shortcut to win the game. Well, apply it to relationships. It's no different. It's all a game. So how you gonna get mad about a cheater? You're a player, but you're mad about a cheater. Get it? So and that goes both ways, if you will, if you want to look at it, male or female. You're a player, but you're mad about a cheater. Okay, you get what you give. It's all reciprocity. You out here playing games, you're gonna get cheated on. It is what it is. But my thing is that, you know, moving forward, Don't take that out on someone that actually loved you, that man that actually loved you, sweetie. Don't do that. So that's the abuse. Like, just think, like, we think about all these horrendous situations, like even with that movie Precious. I didn't see all that movie, but I saw enough of it, and I can relate to certain things. Not to say that I've dealt with really a lot of abuse in my life, but there are some things I definitely can relate to sharply. And I would say that a lot of these things that we consider abuse that the women go through, guess what? Men go through that too. It's sometimes physical, but a lot of times it's verbal, it's psychological, and sometimes it is non-physical. Because I know I said earlier about when a man is depressed, sometimes he needs his space. But there are times when a man does not mind certain types of intimacy, but she doesn't want to be there. You know, she doesn't want to be there. That's an abuse too, because what she's doing, she's not there, but she's with somebody else. And so that man has to find that out too, on top of the fact that she's not there with him. So that makes a lot of guys just lose it, you know? So that's why I tell guys, avoid one-itis, fellas. And I'm telling you all too in the chat. And those listening to this on the replay, avoid one-itis, okay? Avoid one-itis, because that's abuse for a chick to think that you only have to be stuck on her, and yet she doesn't even love you like that. And she can never say that I've loved you, I've tried to love you. No, no, you don't try to love somebody. You don't say I loved you. No, you either love that person or you don't. That's no excuses. That's just abuses. Hey, what's good, Wadner? Shalom to you as well, fam. And what's good with you, Polo? What's good? What's good? Well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it today. We're going to stop guys from being abused. You know, we're going to stop it. First of all, we're going to deal with this dating. Hey, that's an abuse too, right? Because let's just cut the fact that, of course, we know that we hear in these spaces, well, they're not having, you know, she doesn't want to do anything after the date, you know, in regards to sex. Okay, let's put sex out the equation. She wants to go on a date, and yet nothing comes of it after the date, meaning that she is not really trying to grow with you at all. You just took her out, and that's it. You never heard from her again. Or let's say that one time she called you, y'all had a good conversation. It seemed that way. So the next day you wanted to follow up, see how she doing. Hey, where you been? How's it going? You know, just keep flowing from day one. You thought she was trying to really grow with you, right? You never heard from her. No call, no text. That's abuse too. Because men, what do we want to do? We want to put our light into the situation, because that's a godly nature amongst the male nature. Male nature is godly, female nature is ungodly. Your godliness in that situation was just seeing that she will stay in touch with you. Yeah, your godliness was based on you trying to see that she will stay in touch with you. Her ungodliness was her not staying in touch with you. So ladies, when you're not staying in touch with guys, you're being very ungodly, and you're being very abusive in your own indirective way, somewhat passive aggressive. I know people say that term, but I guess for the first time I'll say that here, because it is sort of passive aggressive, like, oh, I don't want you to be calling. I ain't what they get that from Megan Thee Stallion. I don't text quick because I ain't thirsty. No, you're just being passive aggressive. What's wrong with staying in touch? What's wrong with just letting someone know how you doing? If you like somebody, how come you're not showing that guy that you like him? You know, to waste a man's time, I believe, is very abusive. You know, because guys, when they really love, they love. You know, that's why a lot of guys, you know, they talk about, you know, I know in these spaces, they say some guys don't take gals seriously. Now, I know you got the pump and dumpers and the catch and releasers, if you will, say that. Okay, I get that. But that's the reason why they don't take chicks seriously, because they're only using her for one thing, because they feel like she's only good for one thing, and she's only making herself out to be good for one thing. But that's not what we do here at my channel. We deal with men, not males. And I'm not trying to shoot a shot at the guys that are on that pump and dump, catch and release. I'm just saying, over here as men instead of males, we think about in regards to why we don't take chicks seriously for this one reason, and this one and only reason. We're not going to take a chick seriously if she doesn't take the love in the situation seriously. Okay, if she's not serious about love, hey, sweetie, I can't be serious about you if you're not serious about the potential of this love that we can have in this situation. Because I'm all about love, and you should be all about love with me. You know, it ain't just about making love, it's the making of love. What are we making of this situation? Are we making of love in this situation? Are we really making love in this situation? You know, the making of it. Or are we making hatred? Because there's only one thing, there's no other if or gray area. It's either love or it's hate. It's either or. It's either love or it's hate, you know? And so when it's not love, it's abuse, you know? So there's a lot of things that you can really unravel with this as far as what really abuse is. It's not just physical, it could be verbal, it could be mental, you know? It could even be financial, a financial abuse. It could be a lot of different things. Now, I know this is hitting some people heavy, but it's also late at night too, you know? So some people are in and out, you know, some people are here in the chat. I see some more people. What's good, Ice? What's good, fam? I told you I'll be probably dropping a late night tip, you know what I'm saying? Just getting off work and feel like I had this on my mind. I wanted to put it out there. It's only 16 minutes in. I'm going to only be here for half an hour for this one. Hey, what up, Venom? What up, fam? You said, Kai Alpha, you said, if the ladies ain't trying to build empires or businesses, no need to be around unless for hobbies and activities. Exactly. Just anything that's peace. So if you're building or we chilling, it's got to be based on peace, or you need to be released. Simple as that. Or you need to just cease, you know, cease from being around us because you being like a beast, you know. Supposed to be about your beauty, but you being beast with it, beastly, you know. Looks are deceiving, fellas. Get past the looks. So 2021, get past the looks. I don't care if she's Coke bottle right, you know. She top heavy and bottom heavy. Nah. She's a heavy burden, okay? You don't want that. Don't look at her looks. I don't care how curvy she is, because they're gonna be curvy, you know. Even the ones that are coming out the closet because they feel like the BBWs are taking over. You know, the ones with the slim waist and the flat stomachs, they coming out the closet like, y'all want the big girls. No, but y'all still stuck up too, you know? It doesn't matter. See, don't look at the looks, fellas. I don't care if she a BBW or not. It doesn't matter. You know, the BBW is going to trouble you, and the chick that's fit won't necessarily commit. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, got to look past the looks. It's got to be about what's on the inside. The inside should enhance the outside. You know, if she's not trying to be there for you, she doesn't care for you. Simple as that. You don't need someone in your life that doesn't care for you, because that's abuse to a man. You know, nobody has time to waste. That is abuse, because you cannot take that time back. None of us can. Okay, she takes some of my money. Okay, you know, Ice brought up a good point one time. So yeah, okay, shout out to the guys who, you know, many of us have simped and fell short of the glory of the Creator. You know, many of us, you know, usually says in the scripture, for we all have sinned and fell short of the glory. In this case, I'll say, for we all have simped and fell short of the glory with our money. Okay, that's fine, but you can get your money back. You could bounce back. You cannot get your time back, though. Don't waste your time like that. So yes, shout out to Ice for that, because you trick more with your time than you do with your money. It's worse to trick with your time. Think about your time. Your time is precious. You know, your time is precious. Hey, what's up, Flood Worldwide? Good to see you once again. So that's the thing. Do not waste no more time, because that's abuse. She's not there to just let you know that time is precious. You know, you look, in 2021 over here, what we doing, especially in regards to Mack Era, all that, you know, all this manifests is about, you know, fellas, you got no time to waste. Your time is precious. You're a special individual. So she needs to be special towards you. There needs to be something special about her that she should be a part of your life. That there's nothing abusive about her from day one. And so let that be known, fellas. But sometimes there is things you might have to do to see if it'll come out of her. You know, sometimes you could tell a chick, hey, you know, because you hear guys say, well, you need to tell her this and you need to tell her that. You need to tell her what you're going to put up with. You need to tell her what you're not going to put up with. Well, you know, that's like going to a job and your job tells you their policy. But, you know, for all you know, you still don't like that job. You're going to leave. Screw you. I don't want to work here no more. So same thing with her. You could give her the rundown of a lot of things. And that doesn't mean she's still going to stick around. She'll still find a way to violate. That don't mean nothing. So I'd say this, just see what her real nature is like over time. You just don't give her so much of your time so that if her true nature does come out, guess what? You didn't waste too much time with her anyway. You can keep it moving. You can ignore her, you know? So the real woman that's in your life versus the typical female is going to appreciate every time that she has with you. And she's looking forward to every time that she spends with you. And she's making the most of every time that she's with you and around you, because otherwise it's abuse. Have you ever had a chick that told you that you were a waste of time? That you were a waste of time. Woo, that's deep. That's like saying your existence was a waste of time. See, that can affect some guys in different ways, depending on what your life has been like up to that point of where she said those things. You know, avoid a chick that has certain things to say. Very, very painful, poisonous things to say. She's abusive. See, a chick that loves you will not be trying to talk bad towards you. I don't care in what way, shape, or form. She's not going to try to overtalk you. She's not going to disrespect you, meaning that she's not going to question you. She may have questions, but she's not going to question you. Okay? She's going to have a different tone of voice. She's going to let you, she's not let. Okay, that's the other thing. There's no word let, okay? So you'll hear some chick tell you like, well, I'm going to let you this, I'm going to let you that. No, 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 no. That's abuse. Don't say the word let, okay? I think I got to, hold up 1 second, y'all. Let me see something here. Okay, let me get back up in the building. I think I had a, hold up. Let me see this here. Make sure that went away. All right, my bad, y'all. I had a incoming message, so I kind of lost connection there, but I'm back. But see, that's the other thing. Speaking of connection, that's also abuse. What? A bad connection. That's abusive because you have a certain attachment to a chick. Let's say you had a child with her. It's abuse. It's abuse not only to the child but to you. Why? Because you're connected to her in some way, shape, or form. She didn't love you. She didn't have that love for you. But you got to deal with her now for the rest of your life for the most part because of this child y'all have together. That's abuse. That's a part of your past now. That's a scar. And guess what? She put the scar there. You got in a situation where she put that scar on you. You have to remember that abuse. You have to remember if she betrayed you. You have to remember that abuse. Men get abused a lot, more than what has been talked about. When men cry, it's not like when a woman cries. Now, see, when a woman cries, it's to the extent of that she finally realizes the evil that has come upon her. For a man, when he cries, it's because he's already seen the evil before he got there, and now he sees it for what it really is. He saw the storm rolling in. When a man cries, it's totally different. It's on a deeper level. That's why a man doesn't like to cry in front of everybody. He don't want everybody to see his tears, you know? So just imagine a chick that he thought loved him and he's showing her all these tears, his godly tears. Fellas, she doesn't deserve to even see your godly tears. There's only so many women in this life that you, look, don't let every chick see you cry. I mean that. Don't let her see you cry. There ain't so many women. There's only should be a special type of gal in your life. Women, woman, I don't care, depending. There ain't too many chicks that you want to see you cry. That's a spiritual thing taking place. If she ain't on that level with you to where she should even see you cry, yeah, goodbye. And I mean that. And I'm not even the type of person that likes to say goodbye, but I say goodbye because she never loves you. She ain't even worried to see you cry. You feel me? Those God tears coming out your eyes. Those God tears. She ain't worthy to see that. Okay? She ain't worthy to, you know that song, When I Cry, You Cry, We Cry Together? Nah, she ain't worthy of that. She was abusive to you. Look, I don't care what she did to you. Do not cry in front of her. If she broke your heart, do not, and I repeat, do not cry in front of her. Why? Because she's showing her demonic side anyway. She wants to see you cry so she can feel like she dominated you, like she won, like you ain't nothing. Y'all see that avatar? I mean, y'all see that thumbnail. That's the look of a guy that feels defeated. That's the look of a guy that she feels like she's God over, that she took over. She took your soul. Never get to the point of where you got a chick making you feel like she took your soul. You should never feel like that. That's not love. She didn't love you. She's showing her evil side. Remember, male nature is godly. Female nature is ungodly. Now, ladies, female nature versus woman nature. Once again, female nature versus woman nature. Once again, female nature is ungodly. So therefore, woman nature is godly like male nature is godly. Okay? Now, notice, I didn't say man nature. I just said male nature. I do make the difference between male and man, just like I do with male and female. But see, at the core of even a male should be godliness. Okay? At the core of a male should even be godliness. So when a male is not acting like a man, he's not even in his true nature. He's acting like a female. So that's why I say, and that's a good point you brought up, Kai. This whole idea of the incubus is sort of true, but it's sort of not true. The incubus, they say it's a male sex demon, but I believe it's just a metamorph version of the female sex demon. Basically, the succubus metamorphs into the incubus, but there's no separate succubus or incubus. Why? Because the guy is acting more like a gal. Okay? Think about it that way. Think about it that way. You said flood worldwide. I also don't cry in front of a male abuser. Never cry in front of your abuser. That's true. And so that's a good point. And I'll keep this highlighted for a little bit because looks like we got a lady in the building. Yes. So, and I say this, ladies, and you know, because it's really like reaching out to the fellas because this is not talked about. So for the real woman versus the typical females, because you know, I believe right now Flood Worldwide is a real woman, not a typical female. She has that, you know, she has that within her. Yeah, you're around a male, you're not around a man. A man does not abuse, only a male does. A male that doesn't even know what a male that doesn't even know what his male nature is. He's supposed to be godly. That is his nature, to be godly. But he's not being godly. He's being ungodly like a female. That's why you cannot acknowledge him as a man. You see, now that male nature, as you can hear me even say, is even more complicated than female nature. Male nature is more complicated than female nature. That's another discussion altogether. We won't go there. But yes, I chose the Black Knight as an avatar tonight because the Black Knight is here to let you fellas know that have been abused, have no fear. Okay? You can get through this. You can. So I'm going to help you out to the best of my ability. But at least, you know, I'm with you right now through this anonymous class that it's okay to admit that you've been abused. You know, it's okay to admit that. Now, I'm not a counselor and I don't have a PhD, as a disclaimer, you know. So you don't have to take my advice. You know, I'm just speaking from the heart right now, and hopefully what I'm saying relates to you and maybe relate to others. It's 29 minutes. And so I did say I would end at 30 minutes. I guess I'll go for at least 5 more minutes. But I really wanted to talk about this, and I didn't really go in as much as I wanted to, but just to reach out to someone like Flood Worldwide even more, um, just know a man, not a male. A real man would never abuse you. Okay. Now we got this idea that, oh, a man should never put his hands on me. Okay. A man should never abuse you. A man doesn't. A real man does not abuse you. A typical male does. Okay. Abuse can happen more than just a guy putting his hands on you. There are so many different ways of abuse. Now, just imagine what a guy has to go through that's similar to what a gal has to go through. Oh, you said you said encore. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, we'll keep rolling. We'll keep rolling for sure. I appreciate that, fam. You said, Kyle, also, no abuse of any form, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Exactly. So, you know, a lot of times, and I'll kind of pry into this. Let me take a sip on this one. I'm gonna drink some ginger ale because I'm gonna have to stomach the stomach of this one. What I'm about to say next. Yeah, y'all heard that. Y'all heard that. Y'all heard the cap. Y'all heard the cap for the can. All caps. All right, all right. So in these spaces, with all the negative content that y'all hear out here, if it sounds abusive to you, put a 1 in the chat. What we got right now is a lot of people that have been abused, but I would argue, they're abusers. They're abusers. I'd say most people putting out this negative content are abusers. More narcissistic people, you know. But we're not going to get too heavy into the narcissism, defining that, talking about that. We're not going to do that. Not tonight. You said 1.5. Okay, that's what's up. He said 1.5. Yep. So there's a lot of abusive things going on in these spaces. I'm trying to think of things. But yeah, that's a big one, ladies. Staying in touch with a man. When you're not staying in touch with him, that's a form of abuse. You know, just like when you feel like that guy is not really showing you that he actually loves you, you know, like he doesn't, because a man could show you better than he could tell you, just like the statement goes, baby, I could show you better than I could tell you. Because love is an action. It ain't really a word. I love you means that I'm really showing you how much I love you. But when a guy ain't showing you how much he loves you, yes, ladies, that is a form of abuse. But also keep in mind, when you're not reciprocating that back to a guy, that's a form of abuse to him. And keep in mind, men think of love a little differently than women think of love. But nevertheless, it should all be reciprocated upon explanation from both sides. But really, the explanation comes from demonstration, not from conversation. These things you should naturally pick up on because why? The love is there. When the love is not there, guess what? These things do not transpire. And you can tell. We all know this. I don't have to tell y'all. We know this. We know when the love ain't there. You just know. It's like dead, right? It's just quiet. It's like you in the car, y'all have nothing to say. That's an abusive situation. Like, you think about it, be quiet in the car and y'all just drive, and all it takes is for you to stop at the stop sign and you kind of press on the brake too hard. And then, you know, she'll say like, well, you stopped a little too soon. Then you just like, why are you worried about how I'm stopping too soon? And then y'all just pop off from there. But that's because of whatever been built up, you haven't felt like you like, I need to talk about it now. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe all this time she been ignoring you, and you just been like, look, man, I'm finna break this down to you right now. Or ladies, you might feel like, I don't know. I say first and foremost, ladies, don't yell at a man. Now, when a man yells at you, he actually doesn't mean to yell at you. That just means that it got to that point where he felt like he had no choice. Just remember, never get a man to that point where he feels like he has to yell at you. But as a prerequisite, do not initially yell at a man. Okay. So that's another thing to keep in mind. There's things you have to talk about with a guy, ladies, because you got to remember, he's stronger. The best thing you can do is ask him a question in the nicest and calmest way that you can. Now, if he starts to get all angry, remember, he's the abuser to you, ladies. If he gets angry, that's when you need to make some changes. And I need you ladies to make changes, okay? I'm not really trying to give you advice. That's something that I would need you to do. I would like you to do. I do not like for you to stay in that situation. If you know that you said micromanagement, break that down for me, fam. Break that down for me. I appreciate that. Break that down for me. But yeah, I would say, like, yeah, get out that abusive situation. I know with female nature, amongst even women as well as females, a lot of times, you'll dwell in chaos for as long as you can stand it. But even when you think you've got it all figured out and that you would never put up with that again, you still haven't gotten it all figured out. Why? Because you still haven't gotten around someone that actually loves you. Once you get around someone that actually loves you, sweetie, you will never, ever feel like you got to bring up, well, I'm not going to put up with no abuse. I'm not going to do this and that. Why? Because you're with someone that is not abusive in the first place. When you have to explain that you ain't finna put up with abuse, well, you're probably in an abusive situation, okay? And same thing for you fellas. You shouldn't have to explain yourself about what you like and what you don't like. Chances are you're dealing with someone that is going to do a lot of things you don't like. Just see how they come about with how they are around you. Like I said, it could be the smallest things. Hey, it only takes a little crack to seep through the wall to finally bring down the Hoover Dam over time. It only takes a little crack on the sheet metal of an airplane, and then eventually it'll rip apart at 600 miles an hour. I'm just saying, you call it petty, I call it just keeping it a buck. And we're going to think about that in regards to abuse. You might think it's real small. I think it's real big. There's a lot of little things. Now, another thing, laughing at him. Ladies, that could be a form of abuse. Laughing at him. You can laugh with him, but do not laugh at him. Know what kind of makes him upset. And maybe, you might not think it's a big deal, but to him it's a big deal, and be like, okay, I didn't mean to do that. And then just keep it moving. But don't be like, oh, you just so like in your feelings, or you too sensitive. Okay, well, I don't know. He just told you what was wrong, and you just shrugged it off like it was no big deal. To me, that's sort of an abusive situation. And I'm only saying that sarcastically because it is an abusive situation. Because if you love him, if you say you love him, then you're going to make some adjustments. Okay. Love does not give up on the other person, as I said earlier. So that's kind of really how I wanted to end this live stream. If I haven't touched on any of these points, as much as I've tried without using notes, by the way, the best thing that I could say is love does not give up on the other person, and anything opposite of that was never love. So when someone gives up on you, fellas, they just abused you in that situation. They gave up on you because they never loved you. Thus, they hated on you. Thus, they were abusing you in different ways that you probably would never fully understand, but maybe over time you will come to an understanding. And maybe some of the things you'll kind of find out over time upon certain realizations of how she actually abused you, how they actually abused you, taking you for granted. You know what I'm saying? Not appreciating you. Appreciation is a big deal. That's another thing, fellas. Appreciation. You need to tattoo that on you. Appreciation. Okay? Appreciation. Ladies, keep this in mind. Now, I just said fellas, keep in mind the word appreciation. Ladies, keep in mind the fact that you want your appreciation to be appreciated. Keep that in mind. Hey, what up, Roger? Roger that, fam. Roger that. Yes. Fellas want to be appreciated, and ladies want their appreciation to be appreciated. You see how that's all reciprocated? Because that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be. When it's not like that, it becomes pretty much a disaster. But I think on that note, y'all, I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for tonight. I don't know. I kind of just wanted to really speak this out there. I don't know who this could help, inspire, motivate. Usually I do my closing statement, but I'll just say for now, my email, especially those listening to this on the replay, my email will be in the description section. You can reach me, business, personal, as long as you're not a hater, you know. You'll see that in the description section. You like my live streams, you like my uploads, feel free to subscribe. If this live stream made sense to you, hit the like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get my uploads in real time. And yeah, you most definitely got to listen to the playback, fam. I'm just kind of, I felt like this should reach out to somebody. I don't even know if I hit it all cylinders. I'm just kind of freestyling this live stream here. I'm like purely freestyling this live stream. This was very impromptu tonight. You said flood worldwide. Thank you, brother. Like to hear more from you in the future. Oh, stick around. Definitely more in store, especially in the next few days. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, sweetie. So, my thing is, we're going to just continue to move forward in a positive direction, positive light. Stay away from the negativity. Stay away from the abuse. Guess what, fellas? You are a God amongst men, okay? Do not be demonized. Yes, do not be demonized by nobody, okay? Because that's a form of abuse. Anybody trying to kick you down, literally, yeah, right? Anybody trying to kick you down and then kick you while you're down, that's abuse. It was good, cool gent. Just wrapping up, fam. You definitely going to have to check out the replay on this one. Oh, you said, got that right. Feminists are like the vampires out here. And yeah, that's what's in the manosphere right now. All these females that are talking against masculinity, those are not real women. Those are typical females, okay? And I'm going to be light with that feminist word, but I am going to say that, yes, they're not talking for real men. Like they don't want real men, okay? To me, that's abusive. Why you don't want a real man? And then if you don't want a real man, why are you amongst guys that are trying their best to be real men? Why are you so hateful and hostile? Why are you spewing out all this venom about what you don't like, about what somebody said? Why are you talking about what you disagree with? That's abusive to a man. How come you can't just say, wow, there's some men here. I'm amongst men. This is godly what's going on right here. This is very attractive. I'm turned on. I've been wanting to just to hear men talking. Maybe one of them I like. We need that going on. Because anything opposite of that is very abusive. All these ladies that come by and hear these guys talk And yeah, I mean, times have changed. Everything is virtual right now because of the pandemic and the quarantines. But hey, love is still love. So, ladies, if a guy is hitting on you in a chat and you like him and you feel like you don't like him, but you just flirting with him or you call it flirting, that's abuse. Because you don't like him, but you just acting like you like him. How about just telling him you don't like him like that and he can keep it moving? But at the same time, it's like, why are you there if you're not like trying to talk to anybody? You're just there just to be there. That's what I see going on. A lot of these females that aren't women are just there just to be there. You're not there to really try to, find a suitable guy. You're an abuser. You're just finding ways to gaslight guys. He's dealt with enough in his life of someone arguing with him, yelling at him, shaming him, and then shame on you for shaming him. The little words that you put in the chat of live streams or in the comment section of videos, or even if you're talking on the panel, that's the same thing he just went through with his ex-girlfriend or his ex-wife. It's no different. It's like equivalent to the text messages that she sent him. Those evil text messages. When she's yelling at him on the panels of the live streams, that's like the ex that was yelling at him over the phone. And we see this. It's amazing when I be hearing everybody yelling at each other, male and female, if you will. It's like I'm hearing a phone conversation. It reminds me of the phone conversations I once had before I really started to be more of who I am now. I am definitely an evolved individual. You wouldn't believe who I was a few years back. Now I still had this macaroni about me. Mackin, you get it? I still had this macaroni about me, but it wasn't as seasoned as it is now. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like that bland macaroni. It's got to have some seasoning on it. I like a little bit of seasoned salt. You know what I mean? A little bit of black pepper, a little bit of I don't know. Just gotta put some cheeses on it, man. You can throw that bad boy in the oven. Put some chives on it. And I like the shell macaroni. So, ladies, whoever you are, you wanna make something for yours truly. Shell macaroni, shell, baby. But that's what we want. We want that femininity. We want you to cook in love. We don't even want you to cook while you mad. That's abuse. Cooking for a man while you mad. That's abuse. There was a song that I heard Lil Baby said. No, it was Da Baby. Da Baby. He gonna tell us some. She gonna just to keep it PG, I'm gonna just say she gonna make love to me while she mad at me. Oh no. You can't be mad at me, baby. That's abuse. And they could take it to another level on a legal realm, if you will. No, if we gonna be intimate, baby, we gotta be intimate. We can't be mad. No, I don't want you mad at me. We gonna be in these closed quarters together in a very intimate space. You can't be mad at me in this space. I ain't mad at you. We can't have that. And I know some people could say, well, you taking it too deep. Well, not really. Because I know there's that statement that you could be mad at somebody and still love them. But if we just talking from the realm of what I've been speaking on tonight, you can't afford for somebody to be mad at you. Not in these times. There could be a slight disappointment, but you know what? I'm going to get over that. We're going to get over that. We're going to get over that because I love you too much for that. Literally. Not I love you based on a word. No, based on action. I literally love you too much. I've done so much to show you my love. To where I just can't hold that in. And that should be reciprocated. Sweetie, you should have already shown me so much love in your own way to where you just can't, you can't hold on to that stuff. You got to sweep that under the rug. Like, you know what? Baby, come here. Let's hug, let's kiss, let's get it on. You feel me? We ain't got time to be holding on to that stuff because otherwise that's abuse. Holding on to stuff. I ain't gonna say you love me, but you still bring up stuff about 10 years ago. You say you love me, but you bring up stuff from 10 years ago. That's abuse. Okay? You said, Cool Gent, it definitely needs to be called out. Hey, the other Ray J. You know what I'm starting to see? I see more men aren't putting up with this trash talk from women. We are slowly getting our power back. And then you also said, right, basically that fake right, basically that fake femininity I see around. And then you also said, the hate on masculinity is real. Yeah, man. All in a nutshell. Yeah, you're right, Cool Gent. Yeah. Um, vampires, aka vampires. Yeah, yeah, man. Uh, but yeah, it's crazy. You know, we could break this live stream down in so many different ways. But I guess with that said, without really trying to have a sad song, because that's not what this live stream is about, and it didn't come off that way at all. Obviously, this is to let guys know who've been in that situation that, hey, you've been through that situation, but guess what? You've been through that situation. And now you're on the other side listening to yours truly. And even if you're not on that other side, just know that I am on the other side. And other guys like Cool Gen 87, Ice Turner, aka The Blueprint, Venom, Roger Connor, Kai Alpha, Polo, who else? Brown Do Life, Wadner, all those who was in the building, all the fellas that are in the building, we on the other side to get you out, brother. And for the ladies, given that Flood Worldwide is up in the building, for you ladies, she's on the other side for you. And I say even for you fellas, like, who've been around a lot of those abusive females that aren't women, yes, there are some real women on the other side too, who, you know, let you know that, yo, those aren't real women. Real women, that's not what we do. And I guess I'll just leave it at this. On this note, you know, she should make your pipe hard, not your life hard. She should make your pipe hard and not your life, right? And we're going to leave it at that, man. Y'all be easy. Get away from those abusive chicks. Get away from them. You know, get away from people that talk down on you when they ain't trying to motivate you. You know, get away from them. I mean, right now. I guess I'm not trying to sound like I'm giving you advice, but I would hope, I would want you to do that. I really do. Much love, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Another live stream coming up in a few days. Y'all see what's coming up. Much love to y'all. Until next time, signing out. And thanks for stopping by.